Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. So I noticed in my Facebook group, as you guys answer, you have to answer 4 questions to get into the group and agree to the rules and all that. So in those questions, when I'm accepting them and not Kimberly, because Kimberly is an admin on there too, I do read to see how long you guys have been doing resin, and I noticed that tons of you are new. So I wanted to do something that I did when I was new to resin. So I haven't done these forever because I did hundreds of them. These are bookmarks. And when I started resin a couple of years ago, I didn't know what to do with the extra resin. I didn't know about Temu back then. I don't even think it was a thing back then a couple of years ago. And I didn't know of all these extra molds you could pour it in. So I ended up buying these, and I had made hundreds and hundreds of bookmarks, and I gave them all away to family, to friends. This was pre-YouTube days, pre-eBay days, so they are all gone, and sold a lot of them here and there. And I wanted to do this for you guys that are new. If you don't know what to do with extra resin, if you don't want to make the keychains and you don't want to make the pendants and magnets and things like that, this is another idea. And I'm going to pour all these, cure them all, and then we're going to put something on each of them and finish them with UV resin. So I want to show you some really cute ways to do your bookmarks. And we're just pouring them with regular colors. Although I do have a plan for them. I won't show you what I'm going to put on all of them, but each one will be different in the end. But I'm only using 4 colors to do all of these. Then I'll put my extras. This is almost full. This is a jar with the lid. The lid is already done with my extras, so as soon as I can get this full, it doesn't have much to go. It definitely won't be done today, but this is going to be the next giveaway. So this has been sitting here forever, barely getting anything because I've been making so many keychains lately. So these hold about a ½ ounce each. The tall ones, these a little bit less than a ½ ounce. So I'm just going to do 4 ounces total, and I'll mix my colors separately. We're going to use some black for one of them. We're going to use this pearl pigment paste for a lot of them. I've got one in mind for turquoise, and then my Silver Bells flakes for at least one of them. I have to look. Yeah. So most of them will be pearl. It's the tops that will make them really cute. Let me get some resin mixed up and we will get started. I mixed up 4 ounces of my epoxy because that one gives me a little more working time than my fast cure. And I tried to clean these out. Like I said, these have been well used. And when I started a couple years ago, I learned by watching YouTube, just like the rest of you guys. Nobody back then was spraying their molds with, nobody that I saw anyway, sprayed their molds with alcohol to stop bubbles, because I always got bubbles on these edges. So we're going to use a dotting tool around the edge as well. I didn't see people doing that either, so I don't know if that's new information in the last year and a half or whatever, but I never saw people doing that when I was learning. So all of you new people, have yourself a spray bottle, 100 or 99% alcohol, and we're going to spray these molds as we use them. So I've already mixed up 3 little ones with ½ ounce each. So the first one is going to be black. So we're just going to mix it up and pour them in, get them cured, because after they're cured is when the fun begins to decorate them and to design them. I already pre-designed. I have written down what I'm going to do for each one. So I did take some time away from the camera to do that, but make sure you have a plan. And there's so many different possibilities. You don't have to do what I'm doing. You could do them with your Cricut. Like, I've seen beautiful ones done, and you can make your own sayings or names, people's names. I was doing on the Cricut. I used to cut out all kinds of sayings on the Cricut when I was doing my bookmarks. I spent so much time. Like I said, these are my extras. I spent a ton of time finishing these bookmarks, and people don't even realize how much time you do. I'm going to go ahead and spray that one, and we'll get this in. Now these smaller ones won't take the whole ½ ounce, and they are a little thicker. I do use some of them in my books, so I will probably be keeping a couple of these before I give the rest away. But I do top coat mine with UV resin, and if you don't, these can take a very, very long time. I'm just gonna pour this into this mold. Like I said, I know I didn't need this much, so we're gonna have a little bit of extra. And I think I'll pour some out of these other 2 cups, seeing that I didn't need nearly that much. Pour some out of these 2. Just less than a ½ ounce for them. Now I'm going to do one with turquoise, and also spray your tops to pop any bubbles. But oh, I was saying, you're going to want to either let them cure for at least 30 days if you're not going to top coat them, because they are so thin and they are very bendy, and they will stay like that for a very long time. So when I realized, when I started putting decals on them and stickers on them and top coating them with the UV resin, that's when I realized that's what stiffened them up right away. There was no more waiting. So these are going to be good to go as soon as I'm done with them, because I'm going to top coat them all with UV resin. All right, that's Turquoise by Bria Reese. Bria Reese, I don't know if I could find a link. I'll look for a link, but Bria Reese is sold in Hobby Lobby. That's where I got this particular alcohol ink. And everything I'm using, I didn't cut anything out with my Cricut today. I just didn't have time to go through all of them and do the sizing and all that, because I was busy most of the day. But I bought everything I'm putting on them at Hobby Lobby. And I will give you a little video right after this clip. Well, not this clip particularly, but right after, while these are curing, I will give you a little video of Hobby Lobby's trip today. It was pretty funny. All right, and now I want one more small one, and this is my Silver Bells, and this is a flake. It's not a glitter, it's like a foil flake, super duper light. I don't want a ton in there. I might have put too much in already, but too late now. This is like a silver foil, except it's easier to maneuver in your molds because you don't have to be breaking it up and all that from a foil sheet. So I did want one of these with this, so. And a lot of times I used to do like 2 and 3 tone. I mean, if you guys want to see more bookmark videos, I can do more and show you more ideas, because some of them are very beautiful if you take the time to do them. You could do 2-tone, you can do split with the foil flake, and put people's names or favorite sayings or whatever you want on them. But yeah, there are so many different directions you can go. I'm just trying to do this video for, like I said, for the new people out there, because there are so many people just starting into resin. And I wish I knew some of this stuff when I was starting, especially these little tips and tricks like this alcohol trick. I never seen anybody do it. I mean, I think eventually I saw someone do it because that's how I picked it up, but it definitely was into maybe a year. After a year of doing it, I'm like, oh, what are they doing? And then I tried it and it worked and it was amazing. So I've been doing it ever since. So you don't have to use torches or lighters or anything. So the rest of these are going to be this pearl pigment paste. Same one that I used on that beautiful tray that you just saw me do. That geode tray was just stunning. If you haven't seen that, oh my gosh, that's not really for beginners, but hey, jump right in and try it. I ended up doing my first geode in the beginning. I just was like, I'm trying everything, I don't care. But yeah, that tray was, I'm sorry, it was a tray mold, but it was a clock. It wasn't a tray. And I think it was yesterday's video. It was pink and it was this pearl with gold and silver. It was just stunning. And that actually is a good video for beginners too, on how to save a terrible piece, because that's what I was doing on that video. I was saving a piece of a tray that I poured that didn't work. So without, I need to get someone, this stuff is really thick. I really need to add, I wish I knew what they added in here and I would make it thinner, but I can't add A or B resin in there because I don't know which one they used and I don't want it to cure in there. So I just have to do my best here. And this pearl color should be a good background for the rest of these that I have picked out. Let's see, yeah, should be good. Can't see through it to my stick. Just make sure it's mixed really good, especially your like really thick pigments and things, mica powders. And I'm just gonna spray these last 5. Let me get that out. And then probably turn my heat mat on, get them cured really quick because the fun part is after they're cured. So I'm just gonna spray them one at a time so it doesn't sit there and dry on me while it's waiting. I would buy tassels by the hundreds. I've bought so many tassels for these things. I still have a whole bunch left. I haven't made a bookmark in probably a year and a half. And I actually need a few for myself, so that's what gave me the idea to do it for you guys, since I realized that was one of my first things I would make. But like I said, when I started pulling the Cricut out for these, and they took so long, and these were like my extra pieces. I didn't want to keep doing that when I found other molds, and then Temu came into my life and gave me all kinds of extra molds. All right. One more, and then we wait. And I do have a little extra, quite a lot extra actually, because those small ones didn't take as much as these large ones. If you don't get them to the top, you will have trimming to do, but like I said, because of the top coating I'm gonna do, it doesn't matter. So I'm not gonna overfill them. They will get top coated. So I'm just gonna pop the bubbles. How much do I have left? I don't want to just dump. I have a whole, I have just over an ounce. I might find something to do with this more than, well, let's dump it in. We want to get this filled up. It kills me to just throw it in here, but I know you guys are waiting for a giveaway. Well, almost full. Another couple ounces and this will be ready to go. Like I said, the lid of it is finished. It's been finished forever. Now, before I do that, I'm going to take my dotting tool and I'm just going to trace around these edges. And that should release any bubbles that are hiding in those 90-degree corners. I wish people would have said that a long time ago because I had so many bubbles I was fighting with. It's not 100% guarantee, but it sure does help. This one is a little too full. And it will shrink down a little bit. And that's when I started UV resining the tops because they were shrinking, and in fact, back then I wasn't even using UV resin. I was using regular epoxy and like waiting 24 hours to cure. I'm telling you people, when I say I spent hours and hours on extras, I spent hours because I didn't know about all the products back then. So So I'm so glad I know about all the products available right now, because I've never seen anybody do extras the way I do them on YouTube channels. They just would do, which is fine because I'm there to learn that project. But you also, everybody has extras, and I didn't know what to do with it. Nobody instructed me what they were doing with it, so I had to come up with this stuff on my own. All right, I will see you on demold. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Checking to see what you're doing.
Well, don't check to see what I'm doing, because my doing is private.
It's not private.
I got rights, you know.
You're in Hobby Lobby.
Yeah,
What you got in your hand?
and stuff.
Oh, look at that! Red, white, and blue.
So,
You graduated to a cart?
hey, the fans want stuff done, then I gotta
Look
do
at
it.
all this stuff. He's got plans.
Don't know what, but
They are all cured. You guys are ready to come out. And, you know, they're hard, but they're bendy. Like I said before, they're going to be bendy until we put that UV resin coat on them. So then you just kind of look and see which side looks the best. And that's which side you pick to finish it off. And it doesn't matter which side you pick. But if one is much better than the rest, then that's the one you go with. And then we will get our embellishments on each one, finish them up. This one's got a little over pour. I mean, sometimes it doesn't matter because both sides are the same. So let's check these. A lot of the time when you would use mica powders though, there is definite good side and bad side. This was not mica powder, but see how that powder fell to the back? That would be the bad side. Or that wasn't powder, it was a non-mixed pigment paste, as well as this one. So that's what side we will not be using to finish them off. This definitely needs some trimming. Gosh, I did that one terrible. So they all have unmixed pigment paste on them. So we will definitely just use this side. And again, they bend a lot. And if you stopped right here, you would definitely have to wait a good 30 days to be able to use them without bending. Okay, so this black one here, what I chose, I'm just gonna wash it off. I chose these little gold paw prints, and we can fit about 4 of them now. What I see now, I didn't realize these were on a white paper, but it is what it is at this point. I'm just gonna put some paw prints walking up this little bookmark. I think 4 will do. So I will get all my little stickers on them, and then I will top coat them. So that's the first one. For this little turquoise one, I chose a mermaid. A like iridescent or holographic kind of mermaid. Well, she is on clear sticky film. So she is at a kind of an angle. I just have to be careful to get her, because she just barely fits properly with her hand out like that, and then her tail like that. So just rub all your little bubbles out of them before we go over them with the UV resin. Now for this one, I chose this really cool music note. I thought it was kind of fancy. Again, this one is on clear acetate. Which side do I want? I think this side will be easier. It's a little concave in there from curing it, so it'll hold the top coat resin in better. Whoops. Pretty cool. Okay, for this small one, I have a book of sticker sayings, and this was one of them. Life is an open book, so study. So I thought that was fitting for a bookmark. This one is on a clear background as well. Hopefully it'll stay clear. It's not quite as clear as the other two. So I'm just rubbing out all the little bubbles. Cute. And for this one, we've got 2 stickers. The joy of the Lord is your strength, Nehemiah 8:10, and then a little cross to go above it. So let's get this one off first. Again, I bought all of these stickers at Hobby Lobby. I've had most of them for many years because it's what I used to put on there. Some I did pick up today though. How'd you like those clips with Don in there? I caught him shopping. Don't let him fool you. He likes Hobby Lobby just as much as I do. Okay, there's that one. And then I have little cross from a different set of stickers that I just paired with it. If I could get it off, it's so tiny. There we go. All right, for this one, I will trim them all up when I'm finished. This is in honor of Don's red, white, and blue. Let freedom ring. And then I have 2 little, I don't know what you call them. I'll show you in a second. Fireworks, I guess you could call them. 1 for each side. Little fireworks. Finding pre-made stickers for these things is difficult. That's why I would always print my own on the Cricut, because then I can size them for whatever I wanted them to say accurately. So if you're going to use pre-made stickers, definitely know they need to be pretty small. Okay, 2 more. This one says, choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve. But for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Joshua 24:15. This one's hard to see. That's why I chose a white background. Hopefully it'll pop. And I don't have anything else going with this one, so I'm going to try to get it as center as possible. I just get some bubbles in this one, unfortunately. You can always slice them with a knife, which I think I will do with this one. There's 1 bubble right there. Just slice it and push it down. That takes care of it. Get that air out. Pretty good. And for the very last one, for all my dog lovers, my best friend with a paw print. Whoops, almost ripped it. And a little paw print to go with it. Super cute. All right, let's move on. Now, like I said before, if you don't use UV resin, you can do this with regular 2-part epoxy. So don't feel like you have to go out and buy UV resin for this, but it makes it a lot faster. So I just got my light out. I'm using clear hard type. If you are brand new to top coating, I recommend high viscosity. And it will say high viscosity on it, which means it's really, really thick and most likely won't go over your edges. I got these new gloves, as you can see. Thank you to Kimberly, my admin on my Facebook group, told me about them. And these are super, super sturdy. They have a texture to them, which I love. And they feel really, really thick because I am allergic to UV resin. So I think these are awesome and they fit my hands so much nicer than those other ones. So thank you, Kimberly, for the link that you sent me. All right, I'm just going to take my resin. Put a good bit down the center. You could use whatever you want, whatever tool you're comfortable with. I use 2 scribes. I hold the thing, whatever I'm doing, down with one of them, and then I coax the resin to the edge with the other one. You kind of just flick it off the side and it will just stay on. I mean, I've done these thousands of times, but you will get the hang of it. It's very simple to do. But if you're new, I recommend the high viscosity one. Again, it's much thicker and it really will not go over that side. That's all I'm going to do on here. So I'm going to get these all top coated. We're going to cure them all. I will do it in a sped up version. And then some of these I'm going to embellish with some rhinestones and things. So stick around for the final outcome. All right, they're all done, and I had a little leftover glitter UV resin, so I had enough just to make these little tiny earrings. That is the rainbow shimmer inside of there. So those are my extras for the day. This one, I decided to add some rhinestones because they're bubbles in the water. I meant to put glitter on this one and I completely forgot until it was too late, and I didn't want to add a third coat. So that one is super cute. And the rest just really a coordinating tassel for them. This one I did add glitter. My rainbow shimmer is the only one I used, and I did it on two of them. I did it on this one and I did it on this one for the fireworks. This one has a little bit more in there. And then they're just top coated, nice and shiny. Again, just a tassel to go with each one of them. I didn't want to put a ton of stuff on top of them because they are bookmarks. So most of your design should be underneath the resin, not really on top of it. So I think that is all of them, you guys. I'm out of things to do today, so I guess I will get you some pictures and I will see you guys all tomorrow. You guys all have a blessed day. Bye.